stage. This is the cuff. So it's still to come the enhancer and the ring, but the cuff is just crazy good. So this, oh man, there's so much in the show. I forget the prices. I looked at it and then looked over to my left at the sale price.
Can you believe it?
Dropped the jaw. Dropped the jaw. Remember I said that $6,000 cuff I saw from that designer?
Right.
Great. Like it was big. It was bold. $6,000. You could buy like a Hyundai for crying out loud.
Right.
$99.
Oh.
$99. We've had it on QVC.com before, but never on the channel. Sometimes we debut on the channel. Sometimes we debut on QVC.com. It's all the same place.
That's
it's
right.
wonderful.
Same quality.
Same quality, same item. Small, average, large. Sale price goes away. At the end of the day, take it away.
Can you just
Wow.
get over this? I mean, look at the size of this and all the detail. While we're close in on this one, I just can't express enough the artistry meeting science so perfectly that, you know, that has to happen in order to bring this to life. Big, bold rope details, but then more delicate swirls and highly polished sterling silver. Then we even have delicate texture on some of the silver work. That is so difficult because first it's carved out of wax, and all of that detail has to be brought to life by artists. Then that wax is melted away, and molten silver, just at the right temperature, has to precisely be poured into that mold so that it can travel. And look at how it travels. Look at the movement of that sterling silver. You can just you can imagine it just kind of traveling through that mold and creating all that beautiful dimensional work.
I love what you've done with the variation of the thicker rope. So the thicker rope kind of guides this, and it kind of becomes the foundational element of it.
Yes.
And then all of this other work, this play work gets to happen. So look at the swirls, look at the movement, never been seen before. It's just a great piece. You'll see it on the ladies in just a second. It's 21.5 grams. That's minimum gram weight. That's a lot of gram weight for under $100. Never been seen before and on air. First time ever presented, and sale price that says goodbye at the end of the day. Great story.
I think it's a great way to get started, right? It's big and bold. You can see it has a great presence, but it's going to be one of those bracelets that you're going to live in because it doesn't feel heavy. It's the perfect shape, so it's always going to have that gorgeous, glorious artistry at the top of your wrist.
I go back. I've got a lot of watches. I go back to a couple of watches.
Right.
Right. You got a lot of cuffs. You're going to come back to this cuff. Dress up, you grab the cuff. Dress down, you grab the cuff. Going to a concert in New York, you grab the cuff. Going to a 4th of July get-together, Memorial Day, you grab the cuff. Wear it to work, it's there.
It's a perfect scale, too. It has a big presence, but it's not too over the top. I think this would be a great Mother's Day gift, and because you don't have to worry about stones, you know, and sizing with this cuff because it is slightly flexible. Get close to the size. We have the 3 sizes, but just know she can then almost customize it to fit her wrist.
And again, it's a cast piece, so that molten, you know, sterling silver, that sculpted piece. So every piece is truly sculpted. It's not cut out like a cookie cutter.
Right.
And in order to have a cast piece, it has to be, you know, thick enough and worn like that. And that's where you see in the 21 grams on the outside, on the inside, finished beautifully on the inside. And then is this oxidized, but very, very subtly. Very subtly.
Yes, it's oxidized because that brings out the detail so beautifully. So it's a process that's, you know, intentional, and what it does is it kind of rests into the texture and the lower parts, and then we're able to highly polish, you know, the upper levels of the sterling silver. So you know, it almost has a diamond cut effect. You know, the contrast between the high polished sterling silver and the oxidized detail. It just really brings out the dimension and the detail and the artistry. When you get this home, you're just going to be mesmerized by it, especially when you think about that the fact that this first had to be carved, you know, out of wax.
In the United States.
Yeah, in the United States by highly skilled artisans. We have the most passionate artists in Albuquerque really pouring their heart and soul into each and every one of these pieces. You know, every piece has to be perfect. There's nothing like QVC quality standards, right? And there are our standards as well.
And it's your standards as well, and you'll appreciate it when you get it home. Okay, 328-828, small, 6 3/4, average 7 1/4, large, 7 3/4. The good news is they're all here. They're all the same price.
Wow.
So again, you think if it's larger, it's more silver, it's going to cost a lot more. It's not. They're all here at that price, under $100, and only here at QVC at this price can you get it. So the combination is fantastic. Not sure if we're going to have time to actually present the ring or the enhancer, but they're here as well if you'd like to do it.
Yep.
And that is going to match perfectly, not beautifully, not only beautifully, but perfectly, right?
Perfectly, and it's going to be your go-to collection, your go-to suite, because it looks great with everything, dressy, casual, you name it.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch up and talk for about 60 seconds on
Okay.
the ring. Here's the
Great.
ring, and here's the coordinating ring. It's a band ring. It's $48.50.